comment, subscribe, and share this thing. Y'all hear me? I said share this thing. Okay. But I have to come on here and have a conversation with you guys today just because it's something that's very important that I've kind of been guided to kind of communicate with you guys. If you don't know, there's been a lot of information that has been coming out as of recently about extraterrestrials, crafts. I had a conversation about this prior, but I want to dive a little deeper into things today. I have a little bit of time, so like y'all gotta excuse me because if you're watching this, 9 times out of 10 you know like me. We don't be telling on each other, okay? We don't do that. Anyways, yeah, it's shaking. Anyways, I need to have a conversation with you guys about the nature of extraterrestrials, because one, you have the group of people that are still on Earth that for whatever reason still seem to think that we're by ourselves. That's utterly impossible, okay? This cosmos is too vast and too big for us to be by ourselves. That's one. That's number uno. Two, you have people who are, you could say it's because of programming, Hollywood movies, blah, 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 blah. They think extraterrestrials are these beings. It's like, oh, they're gonna, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna come to Earth and they're gonna, you know what I'm saying? Destroy everything. And it's like, that's not true. But like I said, I understand why some people seem to think this way, because a lot of film and TV and blah, 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 blah seems to depict this nature within extraterrestrials, that they are volatile, they're violent, they're this, they're that, and they're that. I'm here to tell you that is not true, okay? All of the problems that humanity faced currently as of right now are because of humans, okay? It's not because of extraterrestrials. Now, you may have a certain group of people that may have came here at one point in time and they were extraterrestrials, but they have settled on Earth and now they're Earthlings, okay? But I say this to say, because as time goes on, there are going to be things that happen all throughout the world where people are going to start making more contact with extraterrestrials more so than ever. One, because the planet that we live on is going through a major shift, okay? I talk about this in previous other videos, the fact that we are going into what's called the age of Aquarius, the dawning of the age of Aquarius, which we're going back into what's called the golden age. We, in our solar system, this particular solar system, we were at one point in time really far away from the center of our particular galaxy, which we're moving closer to the center of the galaxy, which means there are going to be other beings and extraterrestrials and close kin and relatives in contact that people are going to start making because we are so close. If you don't understand what I'm saying is we in the cosmos go through a cycle in which we rotate through the galaxy. At one point in time, we were all the way over here, and this was the center of the galaxy. But we're coming back around to where the point we're getting close. So some people may experience some things that are considered as a child. Back to what I was saying. But like I said, we were going around like that, and we were all the way back here. Now we're coming up like this, and we're getting closer to the center of the galaxy. And because we're getting closer to the center of the galaxy, like I said, people are going to start making more and more contact with extraterrestrials, more so now than ever. So because of this, heck, some of you might start hearing voices in your head. Y'all not crazy. Y'all not crazy. We as humans used to possess what's called telepathy. At one point in time, we didn't even use speech. Speech was something that was held very sacred, and we only spoke when it was something that was very vital. That is why it's called spelling, because speaking, spelling, you're casting spells, essentially. So that is why it's very important to speak positivity over yourselves at all times, period. Okay? On top of that, a lot of the gifts or certain things within our DNA that was not active are going to start becoming active again. So you may start going through physical changes, emotional changes, but it's all for the best. Okay, so never think like, oh, things are happening to me. They're happening for you. Okay. But like I said, I wanted to dive deeper into the fact that extraterrestrials are not the issue. I didn't really want to share this with y'all because just sometimes I like to keep certain things to myself. But for a long time, I actually struggled meditating, and like what people said I was supposed to get for meditating, I just didn't get. However, it was because I was overly stimulated, which is why I will take social media breaks, because it's a lot of information that you're processing. And whether you realize it, your brain picks up on everything that is around you. Well, your eyes, because your eyes are an extension of your brain. But your eyes pick up on every single thing that's around you. So all this data and all this scrolling and all of that, you're constantly picking up on that all the time. So as you go on, you may realize, like, why is it I don't want to be on social media no more? Or why I don't want to do this, or why I don't do that? It's just because your body is going through changes because of the shift that everyone on this planet at some point is going to have to go through. Whether you got to go up and then come back down, you're going to have to go through this shift. Okay? It's just that. But, like I said, as time goes on, very swiftly, you are going to see more and more people every day come in contact or stating that they have these experiences with extraterrestrials. Like I said, if you come in contact with an extraterrestrial, please stay calm, okay? Because they automatically assume that humans, see, things don't work the same way in the astral realm as they do down here on this dimension. Fear does not translate very well to them. Fear in their mind equates to aggression. So if you get fearful, they're going to assume you're going to be aggressive. Now, granted, they're not going to do anything to you, per se, depending on how, you know what I'm saying, what your next move is and what you say, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is they're nothing to be scared about at the end of the day. Like I said, greed, corporate greed, that ain't got nothing to do with them. They are on the outer layer watching as all of this goes on, waiting for humanity to raise their consciousness so that we can go back to intergalactic travel. Because at one point in time, we were able to do that. However, we have been casted, well, y'all have been casted out of the Garden of Eden and forced to just stay within this realm because people don't want to change their minds and evolve their consciousness. See, the thing is, in order to gain access to the higher realms, you have to ignite what's called the Christ consciousness. Not that J-band, okay? This is what they don't tell you. You have to activate the Christ consciousness, which is located within your heart chakra. Once you activate what is called your Christ consciousness, then your Kundalini energy will rise on up past your throat chakra, past your third eye chakra, past your crown chakra, into your stellar gateway, allowing you access into the higher realms. If you don't do the healing work, you can't go higher. Okay? I'm letting y'all know this now. Okay? My experience, like I said, I wasn't going to say anything, but I guess I'm going to say something. But it was one particular day that I was meditating. Now, let me give you a quick backstory. I was a very peculiar child. I was that kid that was very, very, very into science. I was very into astrology and astronomy. I was that kid at 5 and 6 years old that would sit in my closet, because I used to have a closet full of toys, on my little leapfrog, and I would consistently and continuously like just go back and forth. You know, back in the day when Leapfrog used to have them little books or whatever, and used to have like the one book that was my favorite was the book of our solar system. So it used to have like all the planets, their alignment, blah 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 blah, right? Hold on. Have like all the planets. So I used to know the days around the sun, the distance from the sun. Like I was was a nerd, okay? I was a nerd. I'm still a nerd, I don't care. But so I've always had like this fascination with space. Like it's borderline an obsession. You know what I'm saying? I live out there. But one particular time I meditated, and instead of like meditating and going anywhere, I'm like, I want to go out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see stars. I'm trying to see the astral belt. I'm trying to see what it look like up there. Okay? Like I want to know. So for whatever reason, I didn't go towards Jupiter. Like, I meditated. Somehow I wasn't on Earth no more, which this is blowing my muffin cap back blue at the time, because it made me excited, because I was like, wait, we can do this? Like, but anyways, so instead of going towards Jupiter, I go back the other way. So I pass Venus, because Venus is directly close to Earth, and it was like really purple and really beautiful, and it resonated on spiritual love. And then you have Mercury, which is just this red planet, you know what I'm saying? It's real hot. It's not as hot as Venus, but I start going towards the sun. So I'm looking like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is fascinating. You know what I'm saying? How the sun didn't burn me, I don't know. Whatever, I don't know how that works. But I go past the sun, and it's nothing but like this just black void out there. But I ran into like these beings, these extraterrestrials, which in my mind, I'm from Earth. Well, in this body, I'm from Earth, okay? So I don't know much about out here. So anyways, I see these beings, and these beings had to be anywhere from 16 feet to maybe, I don't know, maybe like 30 feet tall. And they were really slender. They kind of looked at like gray aliens, but not gray aliens. They looked like a more evolved gray alien, because like the way that their heads were shaped, it was like, I don't know how to explain this, because it's nothing that I can compare it to on Earth, but like they had a face, but their heads were like a hammerhead shark almost, but like elongated a little bit. Like some of them skulls that they be finding in Egypt, that's kind of what the back of their heads somewhat looked like, but it was kind of like flattened in certain areas. Like I might draw it and then put a picture of it on this, because I don't know like a really good way to explain this. But they were like really slender, long arms, I couldn't see their bodies because they had on like these robes. And I remember I looked up at them, because I'm little, they big, and I'm like, are you guys bad? Like a kid, okay? I'm like, are you all bad? And before they could answer my question, I answered my own question. And I was like, you guys can't be bad. And one of them, which she had like a woman's voice, so I'm gonna assume she was a woman. But she was like, what makes you say that? No, what they first said when I first came in contact with them, they said, what are you doing up here? They're like, what are you doing up here? And I'm like, huh? And they like, we don't find your kind up here that often. And I was like, well then, I guess I'm special. I didn't say that, but I'm like, oh, okay. So I proceed to ask them, are you guys bad? And like I said, before she could answer my question, I answered my own question. And they're all sitting around looking at each other like, no, they was really looking at me like, what the heck is she doing up here? Like, who are you? And why are you up here? Okay, like, who gave you access to come up here? Okay, like, I really truly believe you cannot access these particular dimensions unless you go through certain trials and tribulations. Okay, you can say they're trials, tribulations, tests, whatever you want to say. But like I said, this is where I decided to go. You can do the same thing and go anywhere in the galaxy or the world or wherever. Doesn't matter. You can go there. But anyways, back to this conversation. So I asked them, are y'all bad? Before they can even answer the question, I answered the question myself. And I start saying like, no, you guys can't be. And she's like, why? What makes you say that? And I said, because in order to get up here, you have to activate your Christ consciousness, which is in your heart chakra, which means you have to be resonating on divine love in order to even access this particular dimension. And she was like, well, aren't you smart? And I'm like, yeah, I guess you could say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna toot my own horn, but I am toot. So she's like, yeah, like that's actually correct. Child, then I proceed to go ask, you know what I'm saying? can you help us Earthlings? Because I'm like, it's ghetto down there, okay? Like, I don't even want to go back. Like, and she was like, what do you mean help? I'm like, it's war, it's crime, it's just all types of stuff. It's going down on Earth. Planet Earth is very ghetto right now. Like, so I proceed to tell her at the time where I lived. So if you live in my old apartment up in Michigan, don't be scared if some paranormal type stuff is going on down there. Because I ain't gonna lie, I directed them right to where I lived at. And like, they understood. I don't know how I geolocated it, because like, once you're up in that realm, you like, certain things kick in within you and you don't even know how it's working. So like, I pinpointed and navigated them to where like specifically I lived at on planet Earth. And I was just like, man, we need help. Like, we need help, okay? But I just say all this to say, like, coming in contact with them made me realize, you know what I'm saying, it's not extraterrestrials that are the issue. They are off in the cosmos watching humanity, waiting, you know what I'm saying, for us to either do something that is going to be of extreme good, or they're waiting just before we do something and exterminate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So they're willing and prepared to intervene. But the thing is they cannot infringe on what's called free will. This whole universe that we live in is a free will universe. You cannot intervene on somebody's life and persuade them to make choices and decisions, which is why we live in a society where they'll tell you the truth in a movie, but they won't outright come and say it, which they don't realize they're committing universal, they're breaking universal law, which is repercussions to a lot of this stuff that these people are doing. And I don't know if they don't realize it, so they just like, oh, we just gonna keep doing it because these people are slow. And it's just like, they watching them too, you know what I'm saying? So I just say all that to say, like, we have this ability, once you heal yourself and like once your chakras are aligned, to access these higher realms of consciousness. It's just, when you go up there, don't be alarmed, because everybody is not going to look like you. Like, the more you watch movies like Guardians of the Galaxy, or like these Marvel movies where stuff takes place in space, the more you will realize that some of these beings look just like some of the stuff that we be seeing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a reason these people are channeling this stuff. Like, that stuff is not just, oh, somebody, think about it, somebody's imagination created all of that. Like, even down to some of the details of some of how them extraterrestrials be looking, that's not nobody's imagination. They seeing what they see. You know what I'm saying? It's not just some, oh, somebody just was so creative and came up with all of this stuff. Like, none of that stuff is just something that somebody created. It's something that somebody's actually seeing. Even in Black Panther, that scene where he went to the ancestral realm and everything was like, that realm is really real. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really can gain access to that realm. Granted, you do your shadow work and your healing and all of that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will really gain access to these realms. It's just your heart has to be in the right place. If your heart is not in the right place, you will not gain access. I mean, they will snip, cut, you know what I'm saying? Then you're going to start realizing stuff goes through. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like I said, in all actuality, this stuff is real. All that stuff is real. Extraterrestrials are real. However, do not believe the hype that they're aggressive and this, that, and the fifth, because that's not the truth. You got to think about it. If something lives on the other side of the galaxy, the speed of light doesn't even travel that fast. It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? You have to be traveling at what's called the speed of thought. If something is that advanced to where the point it has positioned and got itself over here, it's way more evolved than we are. So if it wanted to take us out, it would have done that already. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have to start using critical thinking instead of just believing the stuff that's told to us. I know a lot of these reports keep coming out and they keep saying like, oh, we don't know if, you know what I'm saying, they're a threat and this, that, and the fifth. Think about it. Humans weaponize everything. These fools is down here trying to weaponize love. Literally every single piece of technology that it comes across man's hands, somehow, some way, they are trying to weaponize it. Do you really think the extraterrestrials are the problem? Or do you think it's fellow humans? Because it's not extraterrestrials, maybe at one point in time, but it's not extraterrestrials that's out here starting wars on Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is man's doing. Outside of Earth, nobody pays for food. I told them that up in the astral realm, like, man, it's ghetto. They make us pay for stuff that grow out the ground. They like, wait a minute, what? What is your like, they were appalled at some of the stuff that I was telling them. Like, it's ghetto down here. It's ghetto. Like, it's not even funny. Like, I normally would be laughing, but it's so many people's reality that, you know what I'm saying? Now, granted, it's just about you changing your mindset and changing the way you view the world. But like I said, anybody can gain access to these higher dimensions if you do the work, you heal, and your heart is in the right place. If not, then you're not going to gain access. Just being honest with y'all. Like I said, at some point, I'll put out a video specifically. It's like how I healed each and every chakra in detail, so that you have a better understanding of how to actually go in and do this work. Because I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy. You may address certain parts about yourself that you just don't want.
Red light, camera ahead.
Okay, girl. Okay, thank you. I will be doing that, but you have to go in and address certain things about yourself that you may not actually want to address, but it's all for the best for you. So I just say all that to say, like, I was guided more so to convey this message just specifically because when I went up there, they were kind of like, why are you asking us, are we bad? Like, what is going on down there on Earth that y'all are thinking this? Because, I mean, they don't really come in contact with us like that. Like, Earthlings to them are like, it's like you being a 30-year-old and some 2-year-old comes up to you and pulls on your leg, like, come play with me. And it's like, look, girl, gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you? No, I'm not about to just play with this random 2-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Like, or they look at us like, oh, it's a child. You know what I'm saying? So they see us as so unevolved that they don't really come in contact with us. Like, they don't intervene on certain things within our life because, you know what I'm saying? Just because they don't. Now, if you want help from extraterrestrials, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? But I just say all this to say, like I said, don't be fearful when it comes to anything that is extraterrestrial. However, I do have to make it clear that what people don't understand is our higher ups, because I don't want to say these words, are 300 years ahead of us in technology. So the same cloaking technology, the same space technology, the same aerogravity technology that a lot of these extraterrestrials have, they have that down here on Earth. You remember back in the 80s, like I said, this was way before that I was born, but I'm still aware of this stuff because I take time out to learn. They told you that we were going to be in the Jetson age by the early 2000s. Why are we not in hover cars? If y'all had the technology back in the 80s, why is it not made public now? And it's because these corporations cannot make money off of them. So because they cannot make money off of them, they just hold the technology out and suppress the technology. We have technology that's down here right now on planet Earth that literally could supply the entire world with clean water, could get rid of famine, you know what I'm saying, in hunger, could provide every single person on this planet a home and a means of transportation, but yet they will not put this sort of technology out. They won't. We could be using clean, renewable energy without sucking the life force out of planet Earth, but they still won't put this put this technology out because they cannot make money off of it. So, yeah, like I said, I was guided to come on here and tell you guys that as time goes on, do not be fearful of extraterrestrials, because extraterrestrials are not the issue. The issue are other human beings. So yeah, and I'm not saying be scared of the Joe Smo down the street, because you just knock him out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't telling y'all to go knock nobody out. I'm just saying, why are you scared of somebody that you could just punch in the face? I'm just saying. Anyways, so I just say that to say that you have nothing to be fearful of. Like I said, as time goes on, you guys are going to start seeing more contact with extraterrestrials. You're going to start seeing more people come out and saying that they're hearing channeled messages from either their higher self, beings from other dimensions, ancestors. Why you think everybody is out here talking about ancestors? Because these dimensions are packed and stacked right on top of each other. So it's not hard to access them if you do the right work. I also told you I was from this. Shrooms. Shrooms. Yeah, them help too. I'm just saying, you want to take a trip in your favorite rocket ship, go hit up Mushroom Man. Okay, I'm just saying. You want to? It's very easy. In ayahuasca, huh? Y'all heard me. Ayahuasca. But if y'all want access to these sort of dimensions, yeah, just, you know what I'm saying, do that, do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? Get what you need. But anyways, don't say I didn't tell y'all. Don't say I didn't let y'all know what was good, what was goody good, because I did. You know what I'm saying? I did my job. I did my part. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep preaching this message because, like I said, I think too many people are stuck within these movie roles and understanding, like, oh, you're in the predator. Like, no. The problem is not them. The problem is these people. Okay, it's these people. So anyways, I hope you all have an amazing day. I got to get back to what I was doing because I'm now where I'm at. And yeah, and I do actually, I don't know if I'm going to put it out tomorrow, but nah, I ain't going to say nothing. I ain't going to say nothing until I say something. And I'm just randomly say something, so I ain't going to say nothing right now. But anyways, I hope y'all have an amazing day. Bye.